Most couples don't struggle with intimacy because desire is gone. They struggle because they are speaking two very different desire languages and expecting the other person to be fluent without ever teaching them. In today's episode, we're talking about direct desire versus coded desire. Two completely valid, but very different, ways people express interest, attraction, and longing for intimacy. And once you understand this difference, so many arguments, misunderstandings, and quiet disappointments in relationships begin to make sense. Some people express desire very directly. They say things like, "I want you," or "I'd like to be close tonight," or "Can we spend some intimate time together?" For them, clarity feels safe. Directness feels honest. They don't want to guess. They don't want to interpret. They believe that if something matters, it should be spoken plainly. Other people express desire very differently. Their desire is contextual. It's woven into tone, behavior, presence, and emotional connection. Instead of saying, "I want intimacy," they might cook your favorite meal. They might sit closer than usual. They might soften their voice, linger in conversation, tease gently, or ask deeper, more personal questions. For them, intimacy begins long before anything physical happens. It starts with atmosphere. Research consistently shows patterns here. Women, on average, are more likely to express desire through contextual or relational signals, while men, on average, are more likely to expect explicit signals. But this is not a rule. It's a tendency. Many men express desire indirectly, and many women are very direct. The real issue isn't gender. The real issue is mismatch. Here's where couples get stuck. The partner who expresses desire directly often feels rejected and confused. They think, "If you want me, why don't you just say it?" Meanwhile, the partner who expresses desire indirectly feels unseen and unchosen. They think, "I've been showing you all evening. How could you not notice?" And suddenly, desire turns into disappointment. Let's make this very real. Imagine one partner spends the evening creating space, tidying the house, lighting a candle, preparing a favorite meal, sitting close, engaging emotionally. In their mind, they are clearly communicating openness and desire. The other partner enjoys the moment, but doesn't recognize it as an invitation. Later, when nothing happens, one feels ignored, and the other feels blindsided. No one is wrong here, but both are missing each other. This is why so many couples say things like, "You never initiate," or "You always want it out of nowhere." What's really happening is that initiation is happening, just not in the same language. Coded desire is especially common in long-term relationships because it feels safer. It lowers the risk of rejection. It allows someone to test the emotional climate before being vulnerable. For some people, especially those who have experienced rejection, criticism, stress, or exhaustion, coded desire is a way of protecting the heart. Direct desire, on the other hand, often comes from a desire for efficiency and clarity. For these partners, hints feel confusing or manipulative. They don't want to guess wrong. They don't want to misread a signal and feel embarrassed. So they wait for explicit confirmation. The tragedy is that both partners are often waiting. One is waiting to be noticed. The other is waiting to be told. This is where strategy matters. One of the most powerful exercises couples can do is simple, but deeply revealing. Each partner writes two lists. The first list is titled, "How I Usually Signal Desire." The second list is titled, "How I Expect Desire to Be Shown to Me." When couples do this honestly, they often discover something surprising. The way they signal desire is not the same way they recognize it, and the way they recognize it is not the way their partner expresses it. This exercise isn't about forcing someone to change their style. It's about learning to translate. It's about saying, "This may not be how I express desire, but this is how my partner does," and that matters. When couples learn to honor both direct and coded desire, pressure decreases. Rejection softens. Intimacy becomes less about timing and more about responsiveness. In the next episode, we're going to explore another layer that complicates this even further: why some partners avoid prelude conversations altogether, and why talking about intimacy can actually shut desire down for some people instead of opening it up. If this episode gave you language for something you felt but couldn't explain, take a moment to like this video. Subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next. And if you're in a relationship, consider sharing this with your partner and saying, "This helped me understand you better." Because intimacy doesn't require sameness, it requires awareness. And when couples learn to read each other's signals, connection becomes possible again.